We have on my man, Mr. Mark Dhamma, and today we are talking about how to skyrocket your energy, sharpen your focus, and 10x your productivity in 2024 using these little known entrepreneur performance habits. We're going to be diving in. Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Kerry Jack, and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco-warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality. Yee! All right, Mr. Mark Dhamma, my brother from another mother. Great to have you back on the Happy Hustle podcast, man. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Grateful to be here. Thanks for the invite, Kerry.
Yeah, man. Honored to have you. I mean, you are a high performance executive coach to entrepreneurs. You're a serial entrepreneur, health and fitness expert, absolutely shredded, loving husband, dad of 3, and ultimately a happy hustler and someone who I've known for many years. And, you know, what's cool about our relationship is we have grown together and supported one another's rise. And I just love having, you know, those kind of relationships in my life, and especially, you know, the connection between us has been a blessing for me. So I just wanted to preface all of that for the happy hustlers out there to know that Mark and I go back. All right. So
You go back, man. Yeah. How many years now? I think
I
we
don't
met in
know.
like 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
while. I think we met in LA. Where did we meet?
We met at the biohacking event and
Oh, in Chicago.
in
Yeah.
Chicago. That's where we met.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So
We went in Lake Michigan together
yes, we did. We did that paintballing
in
together,
February or something in the winter. Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. We did a whole bunch of
Done
stuff
all
out
types
there.
of stuff.
Yeah, dude. Good times.
We even
But
done modeling together.
yeah, we did. We did. Our families, our wife and I, each of us was for Cadillac. We did a modeling
Yeah.
shoot.
We've done a lot, man.
Yeah, good times. Good times. And today we're going to do a lot too, because today we are talking about some very timely topics for 2024, how to skyrocket your energy, sharpen your focus, and 10x your productivity this year. It's little known entrepreneurial performance habits that Mark has perfected and teaches to high performers and aspiring entrepreneurs out there who really want to crush it in the new year. This one's for you. So stick around to the end because we're going to be dropping some awesome free goodies as well. But before we get into all that good stuff, Mark, I always like to ask, what's something interesting about yourself that not too many people know?
Well, I was speaking at a business mastermind in Miami last week, and I shared something that I hadn't shared to too many people, and it went down well. It was something that I'm not too proud of, but it's a fact. So back in college, a long time ago, I got into. Actually, one of my businesses was illegal. I was in an illegal business. It was actually my first business, and it was illegal. I used to sell like pharmaceuticals on the black market. So everything from steroids, growth hormones, sleeping pills, everything, including dick pills, Viagra,
Dick pills.
Viagra and Cialis. Yeah, I kind of fell into it. It wasn't a plan. I fell into it. And one thing that people might not know is that one of my top sellers was Viagra.
Wow.
And one time, the guy who kind of groomed me into this position, he actually did groom me into this position. That's a long story. But he showed up with 10,000 pills of Viagra at my door one day.
It's a lot of boners.
Exactly. And he was like, all right, you need to shift them. So I actually sold them on eBay.
Wow.
And I called it horny goat weed. Because you can't sell Viagra on eBay, in case you was wondering.
And now that's a real thing.
So
yeah.
Well, I marketed it as very powerful horny goat weed. And my my username was erect for you on eBay, and this is 2000. This must have been 2006 or 2007.
Oh,
I was
geez.
doing this 2006, 2007. Anyway, long story short, what ended my career selling Viagra on eBay was this was in the UK. I was back in the UK, and there was a law office. I kept getting repeat orders from this law office,
Oh,
and
geez.
that spooked me because it was like I was like, are they gaining evidence? I don't know. It spooked me, so I quit, and I turned my life around. I was no longer into illegal
Yeah.
businesses and so forth. But looking
Well,
back, looking back, it was probably just a lawyer who needed a little bit of help in that department. It's very
yeah.
stressful, so I understand. So that's it. I have made mistakes in my life. Not something I'm proud of, but I've been clean ever since then. I can be honest. I've been clean since.
Hey, you know what, dude? We have that in common because I also have been in the illegal distribution of items. Some of the happy hustlers may know, but it was previously illegal, but now it's legal. The green cannabis item, and
It's in the
also
book. Is it still
it.
in? Did you cut that bit? Because it was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the. Is it the
No, we
first?
cut it.
You
We
cut
cut
it.
it.
It was in the original draft of
Yeah.
the book. Everybody, he was in there.
And then we also used to manufacture currency,
Yeah,
fake bills, and so there was a lot of illegal things going on. I always say before I was happy hustling, I was just hustling,
yeah,
and the truth is, like, I paid the price for it. I'm sure you paid it in some way, shape, or form, but you learn. And I have been happy hustling with integrity ever since,
yeah,
and as have Mark, and that's kind of like, I think the silver lining is it doesn't really matter where you started. It matters where you're going, and now how you get there. And being full of integrity, I sleep so much better at night, and I know you do too. It's
yeah.
like, oh, it's so stressful when you're living life on the edge and breaking the law. So just anyone out there, integrity is the way to go. So anyway, let's transition, Mark, to really getting into some of these juicy high performance habits. Specifically, I want to start with the DAP Billionaire Formula and just kick things off with the bang. I mean, I don't like to get too deep into backstories. I want to just like help everyone with the happy hustle, right off the gate. Right off the gate, and just like get right into the juicy, good stuff. So let's start with the DAP Billionaire Formula. And by the way, this isn't just like made up stuff. Mark's actually implemented this stuff with thousands of entrepreneurs, people like Sam Ovens and Ty Lopez and bunch of like high performers out there. So this stuff works. Let's start. What is the DAP Billionaire Formula?
Okay, so the DAP Billionaire Formula. DAP stands for Daily Action Planner, and this came about back in 2015. I was living in a mansion in the Hollywood Hills in Los Angeles. And I was living with a guy called Big Mike, who is well on track to be a billionaire right now. He's a CEO and founder of Advanced Nutrients, which is, interestingly, the number one cannabis fertilizer in the
Oh,
world,
wow.
number one cannabis fertilizing company in the world. And I was living and working with him. And every now and again, he'd throw huge mansion parties. He called it the marijuana mansion. So he'd throw huge parties, cannabis plants everywhere, women, scantily clad women with pre-rolls for everybody, handing it out, drink, booze, amazing food, everything you can imagine would be going on at a marijuana mansion party. Whatever your mind comes up, yes, that was happening. We even had like a fortune teller, and she was legit fortune teller. It was bizarre.
Wow.
Anyway, I was at one of these parties. It was at least 100 grand he dropped on every one of these. Anyway,
Wow.
we was at one of these parties, and there was a few billionaires there. One of them was introduced to me by one of my friends, Adam Farfan. He introduced this billionaire. I don't know if he is a billionaire. I was told he was a billionaire. I mean, I haven't looked at his accounts or anything.
Yeah, right.
This guy called Walter O'Brien, and Adam introduced
Walter
me to
O'Brien,
O'Brien.
like, yeah, the guy based on Scorpion, the movie.
Yes,
Dude,
that
that
guy.
guy's a legend.
That's exactly the guy, Walter O'Brien. There's
Fourth highest IQ in the world ever recorded.
allegedly. Uh, allegedly, some people who say it's BS and it's recorded. I don't know. But that guy, definitely that guy, Walter O'Brien. Yes, he was at the party, and there's a show about him called Scorpion,
Yeah.
and I got to speak to Walter. So I only had a few minutes, so I just said, "Hey, Walter, what's one thing that you would recommend to entrepreneurs to optimize their productivity? How do you 10x productivity as an entrepreneur?" And without even stopping to think about it, it just immediately came off. He said, "Have an agenda. Have a printed out agenda that you create the day before with minute by minute what you are up to.
Mm.
Start with the question, what's the one thing that makes everything else easier or unnecessary to achieve my goals?" So that's Gary Keller's the
Yep.
book, The One Thing. You start with that question, you have that written out, and then you fill out minute by minute what you are doing each day. I said, "Brian, is it cool just to like have it on your Google Calendar?" No, no. Print it out, have it printed, keep it in your pocket, carry it
Mm.
around with you. He said, "You'll be at least 10x more productive doing that."
Wow.
So when a billionaire talks, I usually listen. So
Yeah.
I started it the very next day. So I writing it out, printing it, doing everything I did. And it took, when I first started doing it, it took about 30 minutes, which is quite a bit of time, to do. After a while, I've been doing it for so long, it takes like 15 minutes. And I noticed that I was at least 10 times more productive. I get
Wow.
way more done in a day because there was no time for messing around. There's no time for waste because it's all written down exactly what you're doing day by day.
Yeah.
And then I started sharing it with other entrepreneurs, and it's been used. Yeah, probably about 1,000 or more entrepreneurs have been using it. I introduced it to
Wow.
Sam Ovens. He was totally against it when I first introduced it. He didn't like the rigidity of a schedule, but then later, after he started using it, he realized he was way more productive, and he started teaching people too. So the DAP Billionaire Formula is a written out, printed agenda that you use day by day, and free gift for everybody. You can get that template for free
Yeah.
at www.supercharged.com/DAP.
Yeah.
That's superchargedentrepreneurs.com/DAP, and you can download the template there for free.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I'm definitely going to get that template myself because, you know, I pride myself on working typically about 20 hours per week, where I really don't work that much. But when I am working, like I work. And I have a lifestyle business, so it's really based on your goals. If you want to build a massive empire, you're probably going to need to work more than that. But if you want a nice comfortable life, you don't need more than that. Like if you're focused and productive and you get shit done. um that
Fair.
is interesting. Go ahead.
Well, you're a happy hustler, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and you live your values, and you practice what you preach, which is
Yeah.
amazing. What I would encourage you to do is with the daily action plan, and what a lot of people miss is they don't plan their free time.
Yeah.
Schedule what you're going to do in your free time.
Yeah.
A lot of entrepreneurs don't do that. They end up kind of wasting the free time,
True.
just doing whatever comes up rather than really planning out what they're going to do. For example, I
Yeah.
recommend that on Saturdays and Sundays you still use a daily action planner, but you use it for what you're going to do for fun, like what you're going to do to relax, recover. And
Yeah.
that idea was brought to me by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, Dr. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the author of the book Flow. He
Hmm.
was my professor in grad school,
Oh,
and he
nice.
would really encourage people to plan their free time,
Yeah.
schedule it out.
No, and I schedule my hobbies, if I have, like men's league soccer or Krav Maga training or whatever it is, it's like it gets on the calendar. But the free time, you're doing minute by minute, or are you doing 15-minute blocks, or what are you doing? 30
It's
minute?
usually like 30-minute blocks,
Okay.
usually 30-minute blocks.
Yeah, yeah, that is definitely feasible. And I recommend everyone track your time too. I know you do time tracking exercise, but then you can see a lot of your inefficiencies, and it's really helpful in the new year to do that. So then you can kickstart, your schedule. And I know you have a big calendar in your background for everyone watching on YouTube. You could
Yeah.
see. I just got a big calendar, and that's one thing Steph and I, are going through, and we have all of our stuff like planned out on the big calendar so that you can make sure that your not only your agenda is there, but your partners, your kids, and everyone, symbiotically manages time. I think is really an important piece to this puzzle if you want a happy hustle, right? All together holistically. But yeah, I love this, man. The DAP Billionaire Formula, and we'll link up the show notes where people can get that. That's the first of so many amazing performance habits that we're going to cover today. I can't believe, like, if you just stop listening now, you could already crush it. Let's hear about the hibernation protocol, how to get deep, restful sleep faster and easier than ever before, so you wake up productive and horny.
Yeah. So with the hibernation protocol, so what's great nowadays is that people are starting to understand the importance of sleep.
Yeah.
When I first got started in this business, nobody wanted to listen to sleep. It was just all about hustle.
Yeah.
hustle, stay up, grind. You know that life, Carrie.
I do. Yeah,
stay up,
to burn out.
burn out. Yeah, just use stimulants, whatever, to get by. Nowadays, in 2024, entrepreneurs are really understanding the importance of sleep, and it's great
Yeah.
that messaging is getting out. Don't compromise your sleep because you will get burnt out. Quality of work isn't as good. But how do you get high quality sleep? I often get asked that. Well, there's lots of things you can do, and there's lots of, and I'm going to go through some of them right now, and then I'm going to say all these things are great, but there's one thing that's more important than all of them. Okay, so let's go into some of the things that make a big difference. One of them is wearing blue light blocking glasses when the sun goes down.
Yep.
Avoiding blue light when the sun goes down. So all the artificial lights from your phone, your laptop, regular light bulbs, they mimic the sun. So they stop your body from producing melatonin, which is a very powerful sleep hormone. But it's also the most powerful antioxidant we know of in the body. So it protects you from cancer. So when you have artificial lights on, it suppresses that. So it's harder to get to sleep. When you do fall asleep, you don't get as deep a sleep. And when you wake up, you are not as refreshed. So wearing blue light blocking glasses, the orange glasses. Let's see if I've got some around here.
I got some right here. Actually.
You got some right there.
I got these blue blocks, actually.
Blue blockers. Sonic Sleep is a great brand. I usually use Sonic Sleep. Blue light blocking glasses, they really help. When do you wear them? You wear them when the sun goes down. Yeah, like those orange ones Carrie's got.
And you actually, they make ones that you can wear during the day too. Like I got these bad boys. Look at us styling.
Yeah, protecting your eyes against the screen. So wear blue light blocking glasses makes a big difference. Avoiding caffeine after 12 noon, big difference. There's some research coming out recently that showed that even 12 noon might be too late. That actually slows down your ability to get to sleep as well. So even earlier is better. Using things like the Oura Ring, What Band, or even the Apple Watch to track your sleep data so you actually know what's going on. How much deep sleep are you getting? How much REM sleep? Are you waking up a lot during the night? By knowing what's going on, you can make some targeted interventions to improve your sleep. So that's important. Not having your cell phone in your bedroom, keeping it out of your bedroom, avoiding it for the last hour before you go to sleep. Using candles and red lights in your room, not doing any work in your room, using nasal strips, using earplugs to get to sleep, getting the temperature down to about 66 degrees so it's nice and cold when you sleep, wearing a heavy blanket. There's lots of things you can do to improve your sleep quality.
Yeah.
But guess what I found to be the most important?
I don't know. Just not eating probably right before bed.
That is a big one. Not eating before bed, actually spacing out. Ideally, you wouldn't eat like 4 hours before bed.
Yeah.
Because that affects your heart rate variability. You don't recover as well if you're eating. So that is a huge one.
Yeah.
The one that I usually start with first with entrepreneurs is a consistent bedtime.
Oh, yeah.
Going to bed at the same time every night. the body likes consistency.
True.
It likes to know, all right, 9 p.m. I'm going to sleep, 10 p.m. I'm going to sleep. I recommend it's 10 p.m. or earlier.
Yeah.
Consistent bedtime every time. Once you do that, then it gives your body a chance to start optimizing your sleep. If
Yeah.
you're going to the same bed, same time every night, 10 or before. So it's easy to know what to do, but hard to implement and create a habit. And that's what I tend to do with my clients. We help create the habits of these things.
Exactly. Yeah, because you need the accountability oftentimes. And, I definitely think with sleep, having a consistent bedtime is so vital. I mean, I'll tell you with the newborn, he goes to bed at like 8:30, and I've been in bed right after that. And just because, we put him down, I'm like, well, you know, let's just go to bed too. So I've actually been getting more sleep than probably usual now that he's sleeping till 6 a.m. typically. So it's nice. I get a pretty. I mean, thankfully, my wife's doing a lot of the work with the breastfeeding, if he does wake up. So shout out to her. But sleep, like you and I both talked about it. We had our unique individual New Year's celebrations. Mark was on a mega yacht in Miami, and I was on a beach in the Everglades. But both stayed up past our bedtime typically, and it took us 2 days to recover.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it did.
yeah.
Did you see any alligators, by the way?
Oh
Like
yeah, they were all over.
they're all over
Yeah,
the place. Cool. That's cool.
yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
That's cool.
I
I've been in
love
Florida.
alligators.
I've been in Florida over 6 months, and I've not seen one alligator yet, and I'm kind of disappointed. I thought they were going to be everywhere, but no, they're
No,
not.
no, you got to. I mean, they're everywhere down in the Everglades, but you not just walking around, West Palm Beach.
Cool. Yeah.
All
Uh,
right,
how
well, let's.
well, how
Oh,
do you
go
be
ahead.
horny? Horny. How do you wake up horny? I want to make sure I put that in.
Okay, I mean, I have a problem where I can't keep it down, so I don't need the blue pill. Yeah, I got the opposite problem.
um, so testosterone. We're going to go into the diet a little bit in a minute, but once you get to my age, I'm 38. Testosterone can start dropping. An
Yeah,
entrepreneur can
yeah.
start noticing. It's not coming up as much. So there's a couple of things to note before you jump to the TRT. One of them is if you're deficient in any vitamins, then if you're deficient in any vitamins whatsoever, then your testosterone isn't going to be optimal.
Mm.
There's a great company, it's called Bionic, and they'll have you go take a blood test, and then they'll design supplementation based on your blood results to make sure that you're optimizing all your micronutrients and vitamins and minerals and so forth. Like that's the way to do it now, like data driven
Yeah.
vitamins. That's the way forward.
I haven't heard of that company too. That
They're
I'll
new.
have to check that.
Yeah, I got a contact for you. We
Oh,
can put a
please.
link
Yeah.
in the show notes as well.
Yeah.
I actually have. I'm pretty sure I have a link where you get $50 off or
Oh,
something. So
please.
I'll
Yeah.
share
Yeah.
that with
Send it
you.
over,
Yeah. Okay.
and we'll
Cool.
put it in the show notes.
All right. Cool. Yeah. They're really top of the. They're like doing it legit here in the US nowadays. They're in
Great.
Europe too.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. Also, if you're not getting enough calories during the day, if you're into your intermittent fasting, which is great, but if you do too much, your testosterone's going to drop. Testosterone's a steroid hormone, and it's used for reproductivity.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Apologies for interrupting your programming, but I have to tell you the best investment you can make in yourself is one in which helps you acquire skills. You've probably heard people talk about, oh, just invest in yourself and you'll be successful. Yes, that's true to a degree, but you have to invest in skills that will ultimately help you achieve your desired results. And I think one of the best skills one can possess, be it an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, is the sales sword. Really knowing how to sell, utilizing pressure free persuasion, which will make you more money and more impact. Now, if you want to know how to sell more efficiently and effectively, I just launched a sales course called The Proven Roadmap Process to Selling Millions of Dollars and helping you to increase your conversions guaranteed. And you can get access to this new sales course that the Happy Hustle is launching at thehappyhustle.com/sales. And if you act fast, you'll get it at the lowest price it'll ever be available, because we are launching it and we want to gain amazing testimonials and social proof to further share this knowledge. So if you act fast, you can get it at the lowest price it'll ever be. That's at thehappyhustle.com/sales. Now let's get back to this episode.
For your body, it's a reproductive hormone, and it's the first one to get cut if you're low in calories.
Yeah.
Low in calories, you ain't got enough vitamins, that's the first thing to get cut. Your body's like, don't really need it to survive. So that gets cut, which can bring us into diet.
Interesting. Wow. Well, I mean, I feel like TRT and hormones, a lot of people don't understand how much hormone imbalances affect everything. Your mitochondria production, your energy, your focus, brain fog, mental clarity, like emotional outbursts, rage, like there's a lot of things if your hormones aren't balanced properly, and you can look into functional medicine doctors as well who can help balance hormones, naturopaths. But I do think just having data and then making data driven decisions based on blood work. We used to always say test, don't guess with your biohacking protocols. So yeah, I love where we're going here. Let's keep on moving with the supercharged diet, how to triple your energy, boost your brain power, and get lean without feeling like you're on a diet. Man, tell me more.
Well, it goes back into what you were saying, test, don't guess, use data-driven strategy.
Yeah.
So nowadays, if you've got a health tracker like your Apple Watch, your Oura Ring, or your Whoop Band, you can that will tell you how many calories you're burning each day. So you can see, like, on an average week, I'm burning 3,000 calories, 2,800 or whatever. For me, it's 3,200. I burn about 3,200 a day. Now, from that, you can start to design your diet around getting 3,200 calories a day. Because if you're eating too many calories, you're going to get fat.
Yeah.
If you're not eating enough calories, great, you're going to get lean. But the problem is, as an entrepreneur, you're a decision-making athlete. Okay? You've got to make quality decisions over and over again. You're using your brain more than your body to build your business and make great decisions. What most people don't realize is that your brain uses 20% of your daily calories. If you start reducing your calories to get lean, or you didn't even realize, or you're intermittent fasting, or you're having one meal a day or 2 meals a day, whatever, if your calories aren't up to it, you're pulling energy from your brain.
Oh, facts.
Now, what does that mean? Well, it means you're just not going to be as sharp. It means you're going to be more tired, and you're more likely to make a mistake. You just don't have as much energy available to make a quality decision. It reduces your ability to make quality decisions.
Wow. Yeah. Powerful stuff. I love the phrase decision-making athlete. I just want to interject here and echo that point. Like, that's really at the core of what entrepreneurs do all day, every day, is make decisions. And if you're not feeling optimized, your decisions are going to suffer. So keep going. How do we make better decisions with a better diet?
So one of them is you can use genetic testing to determine what macronutrients you need. So like how much carbs, protein, fats, like what percentages work best for your body. Lab tests we've already talked about, so we know what vitamins and minerals you're deficient in. And a test that I really recommend everyone to do is food sensitivity and food allergy tests.
Yep.
I know you know all about this, Kerry. You've been in this for a while, but like for those who don't know, you could be eating a food every day that you're sensitive to or have a slight allergy to, and that's going to make you feel tired and give you brain fog. And you won't know that this food is giving. You might do if you notice it. You might notice that, every time I eat this food, I feel bloated or feel a bit tired or brain fog. Most people don't, because if you're having it every day, there's no real contrast. But you can do a food allergy test and food sensitivity test, and it'll show up. For example, for me, it's like wheat. I've got an allergy to wheat, so I've just stopped having wheat from my diet, and what did I notice? Well, I just have a bit more energy.
Yeah.
I just don't have like afternoon crashes as much, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really important because there could be basically kryptonite foods. There could be a couple of foods that are kryptonite for you, and you might be eating it every day. And if you don't
Yeah.
get tested, you wouldn't know.
And that is the hard truth that a lot of people they're eating like almost toxins for their genetic makeup, and it holds you and your performance back. And um you know you mentioned the brain. Like, I've been doing a lot more research on the brain lately since, but in April 2022, I almost died from carbon monoxide poisoning. And, it's been a struggle. Like, my brain is not what it used to be, and it has neurological issues from it. I have brain farts. It manifests with tremors, and I get like this like vertigo, extreme cases where I get up and I'm like super dizzy and I almost feel underwater at times. So it's been something I'm doing a lot more testing this year, and I've been diving into Dr. Amon's work.
Yeah,
If you know much about him,
yeah,
but he talks about just the power of eating, healthy fats, and things like avocado and coconut oil, like in the morning, and like brain foods. There's a ton of brain foods out there, that you can use to supercharge your brain. And I don't know. I just think everyone needs to start to be more proactive rather than reactive when it comes to your diet, and think about longevity with some of the decisions that if you stop shoving crap down your pie hole, you're going to be better off. It's just the damn truth. So
yeah. Especially for entrepreneurs, like I say, you're a decision-making athlete, so it
yeah,
really comes down to like optimal brain function. So,
exactly.
are you eating things that are going to optimize your brain function or are going to detract from that? Such as, I'm glad you're looking into Dr. Daniel Amen's work,
Yeah.
Kerry, because it's important. And I didn't realize until now that you've been having these issues, since the carbon monoxide. Um, One of the things you can do is eat omega-3 rich foods. So fish oils,
Yep.
big. You can employ a personalized nootropic stack. I know
Yeah.
you sent me some actually. Newtopia, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
from Matt Gallant, Wade Lightheart's company,
Yeah.
and the Biooptimizers company,
Yeah. They're
Newtopia.
great.
They're great. They are great. They actually just dropped a new book,
Yeah.
Kerry. Yeah, the
They
Ultimate
sent it.
Nutrition Bible. I've been going
Yep.
through that. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just to piggyback on that, there there isn't a substitute for just solid nutrition. Like, I just want to mention, you can take all the nootropics in the world. You can, get your whatever. You can even take pharmaceutical drugs to like give you that boost, like Adderall, right? But at the core, if you don't prioritize a healthy diet that is good for you based on like you said, the food sensitivities and some of these other very important tests, you're going to be swimming upstream your whole life every day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's kind of exactly. It's like sleep, nutrition, exercise.
yeah.
Those are the things, and you can't cheat them.
Yeah,
Cheat.
exactly. So speaking of which, just keeping things moving,
Hmm.
I do want to talk about productivity surge scheduling, because I'm
Yeah,
actually very interested in this, like, you know, um, this concept. And you talk about implementing the secrets of peak performance to optimize your schedule to accomplish more in less time. And this is like so on brand with the happy hustle, because our whole shtick is essentially systematically harmonizing ambition and well-being, right? Like, where you're prioritizing your ambition, where you're getting, you're getting shit done, you're accomplishing your goals and building your dream reality, but ultimately you're also prioritizing your joy and your well-being and your family in the process. And in order to do that, you need to get more done in less time. So let's dive into this concept.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share my screen, so if anyone's watching this on the YouTube, you'll be able to
Yeah,
see it as well.
do it.
So, and we'll go. I'm going to show you some example schedules
Please. Yeah.
that work well.
And
So
we'll talk through them too for
I'll
everyone
talk
just
through them as
listening.
well. Yeah. So most most entrepreneurs have heard about deep work, focus, uninterrupted work, um, where you're getting stuff done. I like to call it needlework,
Mm.
so that we're clear that it's focus, uninterrupted work on tasks that significantly move your business forward, not just
Yes.
busy work. Okay, the work that creates the most value and has the most impact. And I recommend scheduling 90-minute blocks for this
Mm.
type of deep work. Okay.
Yep.
Why 90 minutes? Well, I'm a big fan of Dr. Andrew Huberman,
Yep.
and he says 90 minutes seems to be about the time the human brain can really focus and get deep on something without kind of losing its power. So
Mm.
he recommends a 90 minutes. I recommend they're at 90 minutes. And we want to do these needlework sessions during your peak performance hours. So most people find it's in the morning. Some people like it in the afternoon. And we also want to be happy hustlers, right? We don't want to just be focused on work. We want to fit everything else in. So I've found over the years, working with different entrepreneurs, there's kind of 3 schedules that seem to work really well. All right, this is the early riser needlework schedule. So there's 3 I'm going to go through. And this is the one I'm currently on. And this is the one that you're probably going to get on since you have kids. It's good if you have kids. Okay.
Yep.
So what does it look like? 4:45 to 5 a.m. Prayer or, whatever spiritual practice you like to do in the morning just to get, ready for the day. For me, it's prayer, a bit meditation. 5 to 6:30 a.m., get your needlework done. 90 minutes. Then for me and for a lot of parents, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. is getting your kids, to work, getting your kids to school, organizing them, etc. If you don't have any kids, you might use that to meditate, get a snack or whatever. And then you go straight into your next needlework session, 7:30 to 9 a.m. needlework. So there, by 9 a.m., you got 3 hours of solid needlework done. Then at 9, eat. 9:30 to 11, you got time, exercise, whatever you need to do. And then 11 till 3, get all the rest of the work you need to get done. The busy stuff, the stuff that comes up, etc. 3
Yeah.
p.m. onwards, do whatever you got to do. For me, I pick up my kids around 4, play soccer with them, get them home, getting ready for bed, and they get to bed between 8 and 9. I try and get to bed for 8, but they try to get to bed as late as possible. So when they get to sleep, then I'm in bed, and me and my wife are getting to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's the early riser schedule right there.
And I like the, eat the frog mentality early where you just get after it. For me, I don't do that. I don't typically work until 10. That's just me. I like to have my mornings, where I'm just happy hustling, whatever. I'm reading a lot, listen to a podcast, going through my, meditation, exercise, prayer, journal, flow, creative time, as well as time to be with my wife and my kid, and, and dog. And so it's what's best for you. But I like this sample schedule. Let's see the next one.
It is what's best for you. I mean, Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos at any one time is the richest man in the world, depending, him and Elon are battling it
Yeah.
out. And he says he likes to putter in the mornings. He has no set kind of schedule in the mornings till about 10.
Yeah.
And he says drink some coffee, hang out with his kids,
Yeah.
He said he just putters around. That's how he likes to spend his morning. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's not one size fit all. Here's another one I found works really well. Get up at 7, 7:15 prayer, 7:30 to 9, get your needlework in. 9 to 9:30 eat, then 9:30 to 11 get your second needlework in, and then you get the rest of the day. Meditate, exercise, eat. 1 till 4 you'll work. And with this schedule, you can get to sleep about 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like this as well. One thing I've just as we go through to the next one. Actually, I'll let you finish, and then I do want to make a point of something recently I've stumbled upon.
So then the next one I've seen work really well is the split day needlework. So you get up at 7, do your prayer, 7:30 to 9 a.m., get your first 90-minute needlework session in. Then you eat, meditate, exercise, eat again after exercises, and then you get to work 12 till 3. 3 till 7:30, free time or family time, and then I do have clients who just like to do 7:30 till 9
Interesting. Yeah.
needlework. I think
Yeah.
it's like they just like that quiet time in the evening. So
Yeah.
I've seen that work really well too.
I do like that as well. Because I have my team meetings with my Filipinos. I got a whole squad of them. Shout out to the team. They're amazing, but like they're on off times for me. Like an 8 p.m. meeting for me is a 9 a.m. meeting for them.
Mhm.
So I like to have that, and actually we get some good productive work, needlework. So one thing I was going to bring up, have you read the new book by Dan Sullivan, 10X is Easier Than 2X, with
No, I got
Benjamin
it.
Hardy?
I haven't read that one yet.
So one thing, and Dan Sullivan's a legendary coach to entrepreneurs for over 50 years, and he said, and this was an interesting concept that they were talking about, to get a creative task like completed, or at least to put forth the proper intellectual brain power you need, he says you need 4 hours. And I was like, that's very interesting, because what he talks about is Kairos versus Chronos. Have you ever heard of this concept?
No.
So Kairos is and they're both Greek ancient mythology words, but Kairos focuses on advancement and Chronos focuses on busy. So rather than being busy all day, which most entrepreneurs are, I got a meeting, I'm back to back today, I got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever meetings built up, like you're just stacking like busyness. Essentially you're focused on Chronos. He said high performers focus on Kairos, where they have a task that it could take 4 hours, but they advanced. They aren't necessarily worried about how long it takes. They're focusing on moving the needle, like you say. Right. So it was an interesting concept that I've really been focusing on. Like when I now block work, I give myself like 4 hours, to do creative times and to really get into flow, especially like if I'm doing content work or book, writing, or anything that requires, really, left brain creativity. Right.
Yeah.
It's just is it left brain creativity?
Right
Right.
brain.
Right brain. Okay. Right brain creativity. So it's just a concept, the Kairos versus Chronos, focusing on advancement, not busyness, that I just wanted to bring up.
Yeah, thank you. That's interesting.
All right, moving forward to the final high performance habit / productivity, just I don't know what we would call this, happy hustle, hack, will you? But you talk about the monk mindset mastery, how to use mindfulness to eliminate overwhelm, sharpen your focus, and transform basically from an overwhelmed business owner to a centered, focused, unstoppable entrepreneur. Let's hear about this.
Yeah, so there's lots of different types of meditations. It's a lot like physical training. You can go to the gym, you can lift weights, you want to get stronger, you can get running, you want to improve your fitness, you can use like yoga if you want to improve your flexibility and mobility. There's all different types of training you can do physically. There's also all different types of training you can do with your mind. And broadly, they categorize as meditations. There's many different types of meditations. I recommend a specific types of meditation to entrepreneur, which builds your focus. Now, as an entrepreneur, your focus is absolutely precious, because whatever you focus on is going to grow.
Yeah.
Okay. Where you put your energy and you focus into, it's going to grow. Nowadays, it's way more difficult than any other time in history, because there's so many distractions. We're constantly connected. Your phone's going off, your laptop's pinging, you got your iWatch or whatever that's pinging as well all the time. It's constantly distractions, and there's so much newness as well. So many new tools, new shiny objects coming into light. Every day is something new is going on.
So true.
Really, to get ahead, it's really important that you have the ability to focus for long periods of time on what's important. And I've found that there's a certain type of meditation, focus meditation, which allows you to do that. It kind of builds your muscles, your brain muscle, to be able to focus. Because if you schedule out your 90 minutes of needlework, or you do 4 hours of creative work, but you're getting distracted, you're on social media, this and that, you wasted your time. The best schedule doesn't win if you're distracted when you're doing it.
So true.
We need to build your focus. So I'm a big proponent of using meditation to build your focus ability so that you can get stuff done. And the focus meditation, the specific one I recommend, you can download a free training that I have. It's www.superchargedentrepreneurs.com/meditate. Superchargeentrepreneurs.com/meditate. There's a guide on that specific type of meditation to improve your focus and how to do it and how to build up slowly over time. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're not meditating, I don't know how you get by, especially if you got kids. That just adds way more complexity to things. If you're not meditating, I don't know how you get by. If I miss a day or two of meditating, life is so much harder. And I go straight back to it.
So true, man. And I just got to say this quick story. So Mark came on the Montana Mastermind Epic Camping Adventure a couple of years back, and he got everyone to focus and meditate for an hour. And I was like, when we were talking prior to putting it into the itinerary, I was like, Mark, is there any way that we could do like a 20-minute meditation? He goes, no, Carrie, it's an hour. And I was like, okay, how about just like a 30-minute meditation? An hour is long. He's like, Carrie, it's an hour meditation and you're going to be there for the whole time. So he made me sit there, and we looked over at this beautiful alpine lake with all the guys, and we were there for an hour, and I was like a monkey mind.
You're trying to get up. I was like, sit down.
Squirrel, fly. Yeah. One guy farted and I laughed, and Mark gave me like the stink eye for laughing. And it was so funny, but also it was telling that I was like, the fact that I couldn't sit still for an hour. Obviously my teachers in school would have told you that was the case, but it's telling, man. It's like if you don't have the discipline, the self-control to be quiet and still for an hour and focus on your mindfulness, it's a very powerful skill, and it helps entrepreneurs tremendously if you're able to manage the chaos with your mind and be focused within the inevitable silver objects and shiny stuff that comes up, the dopamine dumps and the notifications. You just have to have focus. So, man, these have been phenomenal, dude. So powerful. Honestly, I'm really grateful for you, man. Like, I knew we were going to drop some gold, but like, you really crushed it today, man. So where can people go to find out more about you? And like, if they did want to work with you potentially, I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who listen to the show, and a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs who want to get there. So where's the best place to connect?
The best place to connect is Instagram. I post a lot on Instagram stories and posts, and nice. My name @Mark Dhamma. And if you can just send me a message and just DM me on Instagram. Hey, I saw you on the Happy Hustle show, or was listening to you, Happy Hustle. I've got different types of programs. I've got group coaching programs that are very affordable, where we help you optimize yourself. I've got some higher end programs where we work on your mindset. It's called Transcend. We work on really you becoming the best version of yourself, starting with your mindset first, because mindset, you're only going to grow. You're only going to achieve results in life that your mindset is going to allow you to do. It's like in sports. Mindset is really the difference. So we work on that, and then we can work one-on-one. But I have all different levels available for entrepreneurs, whatever you budget. So just message me on Instagram @Mark Dhamma.
Yeah, and that's DHAMMA, Mark Dhamma. We'll link it all up in the show notes. Mark, I am going to put you through the rapid fire round, and I'm going to throw in a couple of the questions that we didn't have time for. So just be prepared. But this is just where I ask you random things and you answer honestly. First thing that comes to mind. Are you ready?
All right, let's go.
All right, then we'll wrap it up. All right, first question. Favorite food? Go.
Indian food.
Jeez, your poor bathroom. Favorite movie?
Rocky.
Favorite book?
Power of Now.
Favorite workout?
Heavy lifting, low reps, 3 to 5 reps, lifting heavy stuff.
Love it. Best business advice?
it's contrary to what a lot of people say, but my business advice is do what you love, because you won't get, if you do what you love, you'll have more passion than other people and be able to outcompete the others
Yeah.
if you do what you love.
What's your spirit animal?
I actually did this one time. What the heck was it? Thing that came to mind was wolf, so I'll go with wolf.
Happy hustle hack for your money.
Happy hustle hack for money. Oh, what's a happy hustle hack for my money? Have a system.
Yeah, good one. 3 things you're most grateful for.
You, Kerry, I'm looking forward to meeting up with you, man. You're in Florida. We're down the
Yeah.
street right now.
Yep.
So and you and your brother Grant. I'm like really grateful that we're
Yeah.
close for
Heck yeah.
the first time since you've been in LA, so a while.
Yeah.
Grateful for my family and grateful to Allah, the creator that made everything and allowed us to be here today and show love to each other. So I'm
Love
grateful
it, man.
for.
Love it. And if you had a billboard for the world to see with your last piece of content on there, what's that billboard read?
Unconditional love. I finished
Oh,
that. Yeah. I think that's the answer. I think that's the
love
answer
it.
to everything, man. I really do. Unconditional
Yeah.
love for all. I think that's what God wants us to figure out.
Dude, I mean, easier said than done, but so true. Man, you crushed that rapid fire round, brother. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you, Mark, for sharing your love, your light, your wisdom, just for being in my life and being a blessing. And what's cool about you and I feel like we just keep it real with each other. Like, if I get out of line or if I need,
Absolutely.
some content or for business or any like spiritual or personal, we always got each other's back. And so I just appreciate you, man, for showing up for me, but also for the happy hustlers and everybody who's watching and listening. So thank you, brother. Love you, man.
Thank you. Love you too, bro.
Yeah. All right. Any final words before I ask you the last question that you want to say? Maybe, tie a bow on everything we talked about for everyone out there.
You're a decision-making athlete, so treat yourself like that.
So well said. What does happy hustling mean to you? Final question. Let's hear it.
Happy hustle means working on your passion, having a purpose, and having a positive impact in the world. Like that's what it means to me. I gotta say, I was around before Happy Hustle was an idea. And then I remember when Happy Hustle was an idea. And I'm so grateful to see Kerry turn it into a book, turn it into a movement, and have a positive impact in the world. So Happy Hustle, Kerry, you live it. You live it.
Thank you, brother. All right. Thank you all for watching and listening. We are out. Peace and love, everyone.